So today I will be showing how to drive a manual transmission car. First things first, there is 5 gears in this manual transmission vehicle. So for example, to test how many gears there are, I'm going to hold the clutch in. I have first in the top left corner, second in the bottom left corner, and then third gear is in the top middle, and then fourth gear is in the bottom middle, and then fifth gear is in the top right. And then the bottom right is reverse. So since you're understanding what are the gears now I'm going to understand how to get into those gears. In order to start the vehicle, first you need to be in neutral. The way we test neutral in a manual transmission is make sure we have shake from left to right. Because say for example, you're in gear, you wouldn't have as much slack as you were if you were to be in neutral. So say we're in neutral, I'm going to put my foot all the way down on the clutch. So I'm going to put my foot down on the clutch, twist the key, put it in the ignition, and the car starts up. So while driving a manual transmission vehicle, you want to make sure that when you're pulling off of first gear, that you're ready to even apply a little bit of pressure of gas. So say for example, the clutch is in, I'm in first gear, checking. As I'm pulling off of the clutch, I'll start moving forward, and then I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas. First gear is usually the pull-off point. So after you come off of a stop or a park location, first gear is usually the go-to gear. After you pass around 10 to 20 miles per hour is when you want to shift into second gear. So while shifting into second gear, you want to do the same exact thing you did to get into first. You're going to put your foot down into the clutch, and then you're going to shift it into gear. You're going to slowly pull your foot off of the clutch. As you're pulling off, you're going to give it a little bit of gas, and then you end up keep going. The understanding for each gear is pretty simple. It's just honestly getting the habit down of switching between first and second gear. And say for example, when you want to slow down in the vehicle, I'm in second gear right now. If you want to slow down in the vehicle, you're going to step on the clutch, step on the brake, and as you see your RPMs decelerate, then you're going to put it back into first gear while my foot is in the clutch, and then pull off of the clutch and give it gas. It's honestly a bit confusing when you're first starting off because you're not understanding what the catching point is. If my timing is just a little off, what could happen is I'll end up stalling. So this is an example of stalling. So I'm shifting, but I'm not giving it enough gas to operate the vehicle in gear. It turns off the car. So for each gear roughly, for first gear you want to be going around 5 to 15 miles per hour. For second gear you can range between 20 miles per hour to 40 miles per hour. Third gear, it ranges between 40 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour. That's how you can kind of calculate, but it's usually off of the RPMs. So like the higher RPM you go, the higher gear you want to shift it to.